Self-love does not always feel good. It does not always feel good. And you're going to have to learn how to fight through the pain to get out to the other side. My name is Matthew, and it is my goal to help you improve your health literacy so that you can make sound decisions for yourself and medical care and medical treatment in the future. It's incredibly important that we try to emphasize all of the three aspects into our lives with equal importance of our physical, mental, and social well-being. This is the only way that we are going to be truly healthy and thriving in our lives. And today we're going to be talking about self-love and discipline. Now, self-love is not always going to feel like a warm hug. It's not always going to feel like a tap in the back. It's never always going to feel that way. It's never always going to feel comforting. Now, the process of self-love is what you should really be focusing on. And today I want to share a little bit about my personal life, and so that you can think about these stories and see if you can relate to them and maybe think about it in your own life, in your own context. So I was training for my first half marathon, and I planned it about 8 months out. I did a really strict strength training program with a little bit of cardio for the first 4 months, where I really focused on my legs, because I know that for an endurance race, I need my legs. These are the only two things that are keeping me up. So I needed my legs to be really strong and relatively big. And so I trained them. I trained them really hard. And after I finished that really strong training block, I really focused on my aerobic health, making sure that I don't gas out. And I did a lot of runs. I did like 4 runs every single day. 1 long run, 1 medium run, 1 short run. Sometimes I did intervals as well. And there are times where I didn't want to train. There are times where it felt awful. I wasn't eating right. My sleep wasn't good. My hydration was off. It was not always easy, but I stuck through it. And every single day just felt like one after the other, more and more difficult leading up to the race. And finally, when it got time to do the race, I felt sick. And I had a fever. I felt terrible. And I was actually really disappointed, because all of that training for 8 months kind of seemed worthless. And so what I did was I just kind of went on along with the race. And I know that's not really responsible of me to do so, but I just wanted to do it. I wanted to complete it. And throughout the race, it was absolutely awful. I felt terrible. I didn't feel good at all. And I felt like I was cramping up. I was not my best self. Like I said, I was sick, and what I decided to do was, let's just complete it. Like, I'm not gonna do not finish it. I'm just gonna complete it. And I just truck along one step at a time, even if it meant walking. I did it. And I walked the rest of it. And finally, when I walked through the finish line, they put the medal around your neck. That feeling of satisfaction, that feeling of gratitude and accomplishment is something that no one can ever give you other than you giving it to yourself. And I thought to myself, after completing that race, this is self-love, right? This is the true form of self-love. And it hurts, right? And going through something that's difficult to make sure that you get through to the other side and become the person that you want to be, that process of change, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel strange, but you have to embrace it if you really want to achieve what you set out to achieve. And to me, it may be a very small goal for some of you to hear, running for a half marathon, but going through that process and finally finishing it in the manner that I did it in, it made me feel like a very proud person. I felt very proud of myself that I was able to accomplish this. And I know that after this race, I have that gear in me. I have that mode to turn into, that mindset shift to kind of get into and enter it in a way where I know that I'm relentless. I know that I can do difficult things to get me to where I want to be. And that right there is self-love. Tough love. Stuff that you get from people who want the best from you. And they push you, the people that push you to be better through challenges and obstacles. This right here is self-love. And I was thinking about this in a very practical aspect in my life. And perhaps you can think about it in your life too. And what it is that you set a goal for yourself, right? It could be a career goal. It could be a personal goal, a life goal, whatever it is. And you set yourself out to do it. This is the road map to get there. You write the blueprint. And all you have to do is take the step forward and do it. And as you're doing it, you have to remember that it's not going to feel like it's awesome all the time. It's not going to feel like this is easy. This is a no-brainer. It should feel challenging. It should feel difficult. And that's the process, right? That is the journey, right? That journey to become that person that you set out to be, to achieve something that's worth achieving. That right there is self-love. And think about it in your own life, in your own context, and how that may apply to you. It may look very different for you and for the person next to you. But truly, self-love is really paying attention to what it is that you need to do, sticking through it, being consistent, get through it to the other side. And when you think back to the journey, be satisfied. Right? Feel like you achieved something because you know that you put in the work to get to where you needed to be. Now, I like to think about all of these memes on the internet where they try to motivate you, right? They show you photos of people grinding in the gym, and they say that, oh, they don't want you to, people don't see the work, they only see the result. Or people only want to see the view, but they don't want to see you do the climb. All of this is that suffering that you do behind closed doors, behind the camera, behind the viewership of other people. That right there is yours. That right there is personal. And you need to be able to go through that. And when you do go through that, that person you become on the other side, that person is the truest form of self-love that you can possibly give to yourself. Becoming that person that you set out to be, a person that you're proud of. Just think about it. Hope this helps you out. Be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, be good to other people. And I'll see you in the next one.